Good evening, you wonderful human beings. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Friday evening. It's actually been a stunning day down here. Beautiful sunshine. The kids have just got in from playing out in the park. Who knew it in 2025? Kids could actually play outside in a park. It's alien. They had, oh, there's games consoles here, or you can go and play outside. Yeah, we'll go and play outside. What? Are you sick?
Are you awesome?
Are you crazy?
And they were playing with the neighborhood kids as well.
They were playing with the neighborhood kids as well, yeah. Okigdor! Oh my god! Okigdor, off the bat, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships.
Do you know what I hope for you, Okidor? Is that just as the neighborhood kids play together in the park, I hope that you and all the other men of the street get to run riot around the street for like 6 hours on a Saturday just to annoy the kids, because the kids annoy us at 7:30 playing really loudly. You should do that. I hope for you, you round up all the guys and you have shenanigans in the street really loud and annoy everyone.
And Christopher Sanford, Police Station Gloucester, thank you for 20 gifted memberships. They're going to keep you busy tonight, babe.
I hope for you, Chris, that Okidor comes to get you when he is rallying around all the guys.
Strong.
He knocks on your door.
They have changed their goal. Like, they've updated it all, and I've got it sort of semi-working, but apparently I need to still update it. Nope, it's just... Oh, hang on. It's flat died now. Does it just... Do I have to type it in every time now? That would suck. That would suck. Oh my god. You ready for your hopes, Luce? This is actually... It's been a stressful day, team. All right?
Yeah.
John McCardle, thank you for 20 gifted memberships.
I hope for you, John, that when one of your kids says, "Can I go on my roller skates?" they don't hang off you like a dead moving weight for 45 minutes straight. My back is in pain.
Yeah. I had a delivery today, and I fucking needed it. We're on the sour cherry from Nidhogger today, and I absolutely needed this. You can ! Mead. The discount code's broken at the moment, and I need to get them to fix it next week. So, this is saving me. I haven't had it since, I think, pre-Christmas, and I opened the bottle top, poured it before the stream, sipped it, and Lucia, I think I did a little giggy start. It's so nice. It's so nice, all right? So, ! Mead for that one. Thank you, you wonderful... Do I have to... If I have to type this in manually each time, I'm going to go back to... Oh, fuck off, you fucking fuck. Why have they updated it and made it worse? They've made it worse. I mean, it's not supposed to be done manually, I guess, but they have made it worse. It's been one of them days today, team. It's been one of them days. And to round it off, we'll start off by talking about the topic. To round it off, one of them shitty days, like, I mean really fucking shitty days, the absolute and utter fucking clowns at Warhammer community have put out what can only be described as a fucking moronic article. So the new Fulgrim model for Emperor's Children, as you all know, is sexy as hell. It's beautiful. It's very, very pretty. They've done a nice job. I actually am growing to like it more than the resin model. Honestly, I am. I think it's very, very nice. However, when Joe and I first looked at his rules, we thought he's not that good. And I don't know about Mortarion at the moment, but the worst is between Mortarion and Fulgrim. Mortarion has not yet had a codex, neither has Angron or Magnus. If Angron and Magnus stay the same, then he'll be worse than those two. If Mortarion stays the same, he might be better than Mortarion. If Mortarion is improved, he'll be worse than Mortarion. His rules just suck right now for his points. He's not good, okay? He's not good at all. And so WarCom put an article out. The Demon Primarch of the Emperor's Children is up to his old tricks. We've heard some corpse-worshipping Imperial sorts whispering that Fulgrim's best years are behind him. He's not that scary, they cry. He's not even meta. That's right, because he's not. And then they wrote, absolute tosh. And then they decided to prove us how a website dedicated to writing articles about Warhammer clearly know fuck all about Warhammer. Very, very evidently. They started strong as well. They started by putting him up against a Warhound Titan. Now, I don't know if you know a Warhound Titan, chat, but a Warhound Titan has 40 wounds at toughness 13, a 2+ save, and a 5+ invulnerable save, right? Fulgrim has 6 attacks with his sword that hit on 2s at strength 14, so they wound on 3s, AP 3 and D6 +1 damage. If he hits with all 6, he wounds with all 6, and the Titan fails every single save, and Fulgrim rolls nothing but 6 6s on his damage, he'll do 42 damage. The article says, with a spot of luck, they're talking about the Avatar of Cain, with a spot of luck, he could cut down a Titan, a Warhound, but can Fulgrim compete? Outstandingly so, as the combination of his strength 14 D6 +1 damage and the fight's first ability makes Fulgrim a thoroughbred Titan killer. Already they're making themselves out to be complete fucking morons. That is one of the dumbest statements I've ever seen. Straight away, right? He can drop a Warhound in a single, albeit lucky turn. So, I went to my Adept Roll app, which used to be called Math Hammer, okay? And Math Hammer is an app where you put in all your attacking details and all your defensive details. 6 attacks, Ballistic Skill 2, Strength 14, AP 3. And for the sake of, why not, I put in damage 7, all right? Which he's not, because he's D6 +1, so he's average damage 4. Toughness 13, wounds 40, save 2+, invulnerable save 5. Process results. And what I got back was, on average, with 7 damage, Fulgrim does a total of 15.5 wounds to a Warhound. That's not fucking 40, is it? So when they say, with a bit of luck, what they mean is, you need more luck than have you won the Euro Millions to successfully down a Warhound Titan. You've got to roll nothing but 6s, whilst your opponents roll nothing but 1s. In fact, if we go back into the app and we put in the average damage 4 and we process the results, which is what he is, he's D6 +1, average damage 4 to 5. He totals 9 damage, team. 9 damage. So we can already discount this article as absolute fucking horseshit immediately, right? Test 2, knock out a Primarch versus the Lion. He maybe kills the Lion. The Lion's got a 3-up invulnerable save and fights first. I don't think he reliably kills the Lion. I think the Lion doesn't have a massive problem at cutting him down. Test 3 against Chaos Space Marines, or Space Marines, yeah, fine, whatever. Test 4, he goes on against Mortarion, right? And every single one they've said, he wins, and then against the Mortarion, they've realised that he doesn't quite win, and then it says winner, technically a draw, but Fulgrim wins. Fulgrim was cooler, so he wins. If this isn't an absolute pile of steaming fucking horseshit that is simply designed to get you to purchase this model on pre-order tomorrow, it is the biggest load of propaganda tosh they've put out on WarCom since the preview stuff for 10th edition. This is why you should never listen to WarCom, and you should always listen to previewers. There you go. Andrew, thank you for 5 gifted. Harbon, thank you for 5 gifted. Evan, thank you for 5 gifted. Is it automatically updated? No, it's not. I'm just going to turn that off. I'm just going to turn that tracker off. I can't deal with it tonight. I'm not in a good mood. WarCom icing on cake there. That's gone. We're going to turn that off. Thank you so much, you wonderful humans. We're on 75 gifted memberships right now. Just an utter joke. It's fucking awful. Auspex did a video on this recently, did he? I avoid Auspex's videos because I don't like leak content. But he does interesting stuff around maths and data. I don't know what you're talking about, but I want one. Fulgrim. Know any good previewers? Not us. Not us, Kev. Oh, it's fucking annoyed me today, that article has. It's just icing on a shitty cake. He's not that great against anything, really, to be fair, Sandy. He's just a bit lackluster. We've proxied him, and Joe is like, competitively, I'd never run him, ever. I didn't forget John's. We thanked John, and we gave him a hope. Love the model, hate the rules frame. That's why I bought 2 model things. The model's beautiful. The model's looks really... Well, we need to get it in hand. The model's really, really pretty, though. Like, really, really pretty. I avoid war specs because I need to stay awake. His voice shuts my brain down. You can use him as go to sleep. Gives him the view, doesn't it? If you want to check out that WarCom article for yourself anyway, it's the one with the big demon Primarch on the front. It's just flat terrible. What are we going to do for a Super Chat goal tonight, Liz?
20 quid.
What do you mean 20 quid? No.
20 quid.
It's 10 yellow ones. Live for an hour. But what do we put?
Please check out Battle to End Alzheimer's this week.
Why is Brian not reading anything out?
Brian.
Why is this now broken?
I'll read you out, John. Please check out Battle to End Alzheimer's this weekend. Charity Warhammer 40k GT this weekend streamed on Wargamers Live and is led by JC Watts, official Warhammer hero whose grandfather died of it. Please check it out.
Thank you for the $20, man. That's amazing. Why is that now not working?
Because the world hates us today, babe.
I just want to fucking quit at the moment.
No, we're not doing that.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Oh, Brian did read it out. It's just very quiet. Well, you got it twice, John.
Brian, what?
He did read it out. It was just very quiet.
For
some reason.
How do I cancel the goal?
But we didn't hear it on this end.
So why didn't... Why didn't we hear it then? Should we try it for a third time?
Ryan.
Breathe.
Do what me and Ben do. You have to be really big, put your hands up in the air and breathe in, and then you blow out while you rain with your fingers. And then you go really big, breathe in, breathe out with your fingers, and you don't stop until you feel like you're over the hill.
I'll be exhausted.
And then you've reset your vagus nerve and you're slightly calmer and might not want to murder the person next to you.
I don't know what to put on as a target for 10 yellow ones.
Test.
Oh, Brian. Cruising. Cruising for a cruising.
Someone set us a target for 10 yellow ones, team. If Liam gets as angry as Angron, will he beat Fulgrim without rolling all sixes? Yes. Auspex is banned from the house as the Mrs. Khan's done his voice. That's harsh. We fixed Brian.
Do you know what? There's 2 very small Easter eggs on the side in the kitchen. I feel like they might have to go missing and we'll need to replace them in the morning.
We just can't tell Ash, who's in chat, that they're for the niece and nephew tomorrow.
Do you know, actually, Ash, these ones are shit. I saw one that had a unicorn
They
on
are
yesterday.
pretty... I'll be honest with you, babe. I know we're saving pennies.
I'm going to get the unicorn one.
But they are a bit shit.
Yeah.
We probably should get better, bigger
We're going
ones.
to do you a favour, Ash. We're going to eat the shit ones so the kids won't cry. and then we'll get the better ones tomorrow.
Can you hear me now?
Hear me now? I can, Mr. Svenholio. Thank you for the 20. I'm sad that it didn't read John's out and you didn't hear it properly. But thank you, Luce, for reading that one out. And thank you, John, for 20 bucks.
Sorry about that, I was in the toilet. Love, Brian.
Thanks, guys. Honestly, I'm nearly broken today, I'll be honest. Telling my listeners, Liam and the boys is okay. Liam and Luce is well approved. Auspex and Valrak are banned from the speakers. Oh, that's harsh. I mean, not on us. I'm happy, but, you know. We're on 75 members already, team. We're 25 away from hitting target immediately.
We've got 25 members to go. We got 25 members to go.
It sounds silly, but that does improve the mood a little.
So if you want to let me know when you're in the studio, you got 25 members before we got to go. Did you see me in the video? Oh, no. Did you see me in the video? Oh, no. Am I getting you copyright?
No.
Struck.
No. No. I heard Unicorn says she's excited now. You better fucking follow through now,
Damn
yeah.
it. Okay. Well, I can't show up with just like, I mean...
Can you, is it possible for you to do the Morrison's run in the morning with the boys or not? Or is it something I need to do? I've got to go to mum and dad's to help them fix their internet.
Yeah.
Or do I need to do it when I come home?
Someone will get the unicorn Easter egg and then an Easter egg for our favourite nephew. So...
Should we all buy Space Wolves? Thoughtful face emoji.
Our favourite nephew being our only nephew.
Only nephew.
Right, good, okay. Yes, by the way, Adam, you 100% should all buy new Space Wolves. Absolutely, I'm behind it. Using exclamation mark element right now until it's exclamation mark Hobby House, which will be soon. Ian Clark, thank you for the 5 gifted membership. Skippy the Magnificent, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. You are, in fact, magnificent. Christian Lebanowitz, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. We're on 86 right now, 14 away.
I keep on going to put an extra N in Adam's last name.
Why?
Because I feel like it's Collinson.
That was the guy I used to work with at Watersham.
Oh, good. So I have, in the very back of my mind, heard that name.
Yeah, this guy was called Tom, not Adam, but
I
yes.
thought I was just inventing people.
Wee Man, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Chris, thank you for 5. Oh my fucking god! We're 4 away.
We got 4 more members to go.
Four to go.
I'm very tired.
I'm hanging on. It's been an emotional day.
We almost went to the train station.
Yes. That was a good half an hour drive for another half an hour drive back.
Well, do you know what? The dog loves going out in the car.
Scooter!
So she's had a great day. She loves going for a car ride.
We have US shipping from Hobby House. Yes, but not for 40k or Games Workshop because their trade agreement tells us we're not allowed. Thank you, Schooner.
Schooner.
It was clearly loose in her lyrical styling. Yeah, I mean, she could just do this stream without me, to be fair.
No.
I reckon.
No.
I reckon she could sit here.
No.
What if I set
No.
a stupid super chat target
No.
for you to do 5 minutes in the chair?
No.
5 minutes.
No.
You look all right today. You'd be fine.
No. Fuck you! No.
5 minutes.
No.
1 minute.
No.
2 minutes.
No.
3 minutes.
0 minutes.
8 minutes.
0 minutes.
30 seconds.
No.
Just a minute
You
in the chair.
have a real problem with this word. No.
I don't. It's like a filter. I don't hear it when it comes out of a woman's mouth. A minute in the chair.
I don't have a hat to show off, so
You
no.
don't need to show off a hat.
Spring break is here. Already got a whole day reserved for Garage Hammer with the boys. Can't wait for the shenanigans and lazy beach days.
Sounds amazing. I've never done spring break. I feel like it's for young people. But thank you, Biggie Hugs, for the 10 bucks for a legend. Adam, thank you for 5 more gifted. What a hero. We're on 67 likes and 172 people watching right now. If you enjoy the content normally, just even if you're not tonight, just pretend you do and press the like button for me right now. It's easy. Just click it for me. It's free. It costs you nothing. It makes me feel better about myself. It's been an odd one today, team, to say the least. We were supposed to go out with the boys today. Part of the home education thing
Please check out Battle to End Alzheimer's this weekend. Charity Warhammer 40k GT this weekend streamed on Wargames Live and is led by JC Watts, official Warhammer hero whose grandfather died of it. Please check it out.
He died of Alzheimer's, for reference, chat. He didn't die of Warhammer. Warhammer's still safe. But yeah, you know, thank you, Kev, for copying and pasting that and getting it read out again. You're amazing. Absolute legend, absolute fucking hero. Thank you, you wonderful humans.
Picked up maple syrup for loose today.
Thank you so much, Ian.
That's very sweet of you.
If you want a reason to stick in a yellow postcard, right? If you want a reason to stick in a yellow postcard, your most memorable Warhammer community hot take. Let's do that, right? And then we'll come up with something better in a minute. But we were supposed to go out today. We were supposed to go to we do home ed topics, and today's, I think it was today's topic, was famous James.
Yeah, so we did a famous Ben. So we chose Benjamin Franklin a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and we did a famous James Day because our kids are called James and Ben.
Yeah.
Right.
So we did James what?
Who invented the steam engine?
Nope.
Wait, that's what you told me the other day.
Improved the steam engine. It was already invented.
Oh, I thought you told me he invented the steam engine.
No, he improved the steam engine.
Right, okay, my mistake. And so we were supposed to go today to see somewhere where there were steam engines because, you know,
Let's go
it's
see it.
relevant to the topic. Let's go see it in action. And we drove all the way up, the half an hour up the road up to the place where we were going to go for these steam engines. And the car park was fucking rammed. In fact, I ended up in a traffic jam in the car park.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're not parking here. So we found another car park, literally around the corner, drove around the corner, shut.
Yeah.
Don't know why. Shut. Empty, but shut. With cones across and a man going, no, go away.
No,
right?
no.
So we went and found another car park just down the road. Ian, thank you for the hat trick. Went and found another car park just around the road. Guess what?
It's close.
Absolutely rammed.
No. Yeah, it was
absolutely rammed. Couldn't get in there. Couldn't get in there.
Simplified, not simple.
Thank you, Datsun Des, for the $2, man. You're a legend. We're closing in on the normal super chat goal as well. You people are amazing. And thank you, Mordy Hammer, for 10 memberships. You fucking hero. I appreciate you. And in the end, after 3 car parks, so if we go any further out to a car park, by the time we walk to the train, it'll gone.
I buy GW at a local spot so the trader agreement, as lame as it is, won't burden me. Support LGS once it changes toe. I'd buy from Hobby House.
Amazing. Thank you, Christian. You're a hero. So yeah, if we'd have parked any further out, by the time we then walked back to the station, the train would have gone. So at that point, we made the conscious decision. The kids were getting a bit in the car. Let's just turn around and go home.
Yeah.
So we don't completely lose the day. Luce and I were also a bit stressed from some other news we had. So we came home instead, and I've just vegetated. I haven't vegetated. I've been working on the computer a bit, and then I played an hour of Hogwarts because I was like, I need to escape for an hour. It helped a bit. But I completely forgot it's school holidays.
Yeah,
I should have remembered. It's my bad. I should have remembered it's school holidays when I suggested it to you because I literally took my mum out for lunch on Monday because it's school holidays.
Yeah.
So,
it's okay because I'll put it into sweeps term and we'll try again.
Yeah, we'll try again when everyone else is at school when it's not glorious sunshine and blue skies, which attracts people to going outside. So, hey ho. Thank you, Mordy Hammer, for 10 gifted, by the way. We're on 117 chat with 3 away from 120. If we get to 150, I'll give away some dice tonight. I'll happily give away some dice. Some white dice, which I think might be my favourites. I think the white might be my favourites. Have you got packs made up?
If you give my glamorous assistant one moment, she will produce said pack.
Yes. Do you have to make the pack up right now?
No. No, she's just writing.
Have you not got pre-made packs when people place all the massive orders we get every week?
It's like food, isn't it? You want it freshly cooked and picked and prepped.
Oh my god! But you do get them packed by Luce, and she hasn't washed her hands. Oh my fucking word.
What a day. It's okay, babe, because we're in the 4th once in a lifetime financial event of our lifetime. So surely it's enough now. We're done. This is the last one. Surely.
It's very weird in this country. It's very weird. I mean, we have had, as you say, multiple once in a lifetime financial events up for grabs. Okay. Up for grabs.
Freshly baked dice. There you go.
We
They're not baked, chat.
we what was I saying? Oh, you just throw me by giving me those dice now. Yeah, we're in a weird place in this country at the moment. I don't know if this is just the UK or if this is throughout the world. I'd be interested to know, especially people in like the US and stuff. But when we left the forces in 2014, we didn't have enough money saved to buy a house. So when we got married, we lived in what's called married quarters. And what happens is the forces give married people a place to live at a significantly reduced cost to what you would normally pay. It's part of your perks of being in the forces if you're a married man. Actually, nowadays you don't even need to be a married man anymore. You can get them with long-term partners, right? So we got a married quarter, and then when we left. I would argue I left sort of abruptly because we were confident I'd be a full career man.
Yeah.
And then after the firstborn, things changed quite dramatically.
Yeah.
And my sort of idea of what I wanted to do and it changed quite dramatically. And children tend to tug at those little heartstrings. And so I made the decision to leave relatively abruptly, I'd suggest. So when we left, we didn't have money saved to buy a house because you need a large deposit in this country.
Well, we also got married in the year of the recession as well. So
yeah. So we can we couldn't buy at that point because you need significant amounts of money to buy a house in the form of a deposit, and we didn't have it, which is fine. So we started renting, and we're in that wonderful world now where rent is so expensive you can't save for a mortgage, but because you can't save for a mortgage you have to rent, and because you have to rent you can't save for a mortgage, but because you can't save for a mortgage you have to rent. I fucking hate it.
Millions of people, so it's not just us, we just seem to be behind the curve. Whenever there's like some kind of scheme that helps first-time buyers, for some reason we don't meet criteria, or the scheme has changed, or it's been scrapped, we always seem to be just behind the curve. And that's fine, because you can't be angry at the world forever, so you just kind of put your head down and get on with it. But we're done now.
Yeah,
we're done. Pick on someone else now.
So we had... Fuck it, I'll talk about it, I don't care. We had Luce had a conversation this morning with our landlord who's decided he wants to put our rent up again. Fourth time in 4 years. Which will mean in 4 years, get this team, right? If you're in the UK, this might be relevant to you. You might understand a bit better. It means in 4 years, our rent would have increased by £650 per calendar month. If we accept this new increase. I'm not keen to accept this new increase.
£650 per calendar month?
Yeah.
So just so there's no misinterpretation of that.
When we took the house on, we were renting at £1,450 per calendar month.
Yeah.
If we accept this new offer this morning,
yeah,
we'll be renting at £2,100 per calendar month.
So it's not the original rent agreement plus £650 per month now.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, the way you worded that, I was like, hold on, I feel like that's confusing.
650 quid increase. Although, when we moved in 2019, he didn't start the increases until 2022. Yeah. And so we've actually seen £650 a month increase in the last 3-4 years.
Yeah, so it's not the 6 years we've lived here, it's actually been the 4 years-ish.
So, I'm inclined to shut up his arse.
I moved to the big city 2 years into the biggest housing market boom with no savings, and it's been a slog since.
Yeah, I think as a generation we can say, we're done now. We're done. The fourth once-in-a-lifetime financial event. We're done. We should only have one of those.
So, yeah. So we've been in this house since April 9, 2019. And now we're probably going to have to look to move. We're going to have to look to leave. It's just, I can't justify it. It's hard and tight as it is. And there's some theory out there, right? Because I don't know how many of you know about these kinds of markets, etc.
Pie Walker, our rent's gone up 2,575 now. Jesus Christ.
What's the currency, though? What's the currency of that one? So the thing is, right, there's a bill coming into play in the UK at some point late 2025, the Renters' Rights Bill. And this thing can't come into play soon enough, I'll be honest. Because private landlords are just flat robbing fucks. And the theory out there is, and I mentioned this to Luce, and it would seem, at least, according to other people, before I'd even mentioned my theory, that this isn't a thing that's not happening. This is a thing that is happening in many places. And that is that... Thank you, Warhammer, for 20 gifted memberships on top of your 10 gifted memberships, making it 30 gifted memberships. What a legend. Has he also gifted as well? Or is it a super chat?
It was the 20 gift. Yeah, he's gifted twice and super chatted once.
What a fucking legend.
I hope for you, Mordy, that should you choose to take children or young, excitable people to see a steam train, you can actually follow through.
That would be helpful, yeah.
It would be helpful.
So a house that we were pretty sure we would be staying in for evermore, which is probably partly why we had accepted the previous increases, because we'd also talked to the landlord about buying it off him in the future, and he was very open to the idea. But I can't buy it off him if I can't save any fucking money, because the cunt keeps putting the fucking rent up. It makes that impossible. So, a house that we had envisaged not leaving, we may now have to leave. And what the theory is at the moment that's out there, and I'm not inclined to, I think it's probably quite true, is because the Renters' Rights Bill that's coming in the UK, it basically states that private landlords can't put their rent above market value. They're not allowed to do that. There's other things it brings in as well. There's lots of other things it brings in which give renters a lot more protection, which is good and positive. And the theory at the moment is that these landlords, these private landlords in the UK, and it would seem that this probably now includes ours as well, are banging the rents up as high as they can before this bill comes in, because it doesn't. The rights bill doesn't tell you they have to bring your rent down to market rate. You just can't increase it above market rate. So if he gets it set high now, he can leave it set high for the next 5 years. That's fine. But here's my thing, right, Luce? The maths isn't working for me here, and I don't know about mortgages, so maybe I'm wrong. The math ain't mathing right now, right?
If you can pay 2,100 rent, why can't you buy?
Oh, don't.
Exactly.
Because rent, I think the bottom line is rent is a short term. It doesn't mean you can pay long term. Even if you've been a renter for 14 years now.
There is some scheme starting in this country, that are looking at your rental history and allowing you a no deposit mortgage based on that rental history. Mm-hmm. But they're not quite where we need them to be yet. But they are starting, which is good. But the thing that gets me, the thing that really gets my fucking goat, and I don't do mortgages, so there might be someone out there, and you 100 and nearly 200 people that are watching, who might be able to help me here, and might be able to give me more information that makes me feel a little bit calmer about it. However, I'm going to assume you probably can't. If in 2019 we were renting at £1,450, he must have been making a profit off of us, because no landlord is renting a house out at a loss unless they flat can't fill it. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So he must have been making a profit. Now, I think if I'm being hyper conservative, I would assume that at minimum, the profit that he's making is £200. Minimum, right? And I think that's being really conservative. It's probably more. It's probably more in the region of like £400. Okay? But let's be conservative, team. Let's just be conservative for the sake of maths. Right? So should we assume that he was making £200 profit?
Yes, you have, Asbo.
What's he said?
I'm feeling I've walked into a rant.
Oh my fucking god. So if we can assume, right, that he's making £200 profit to 1,250 quid, then we were paying £1,450. So, if now, what are we? From 2019, 6 years later, the rent has gone up by 650 quid. It's about a 45% increase on the rent. Are we suggesting that his mortgage in 6 years has gone up 45%.
Maybe it has.
Has it? Fuck.
I don't know. We don't own, we don't mortgage, we don't know. We don't know. I need to believe people are good in the world. I need to believe it. Otherwise...
I've tried for the last 5 years to believe he's good. Now I think he's a cunt.
Okay, you be in cunt camp. I'm going to be in people might be good camp. And maybe we'll wave at each other. Ooh-wee.
We can't rave at each other, because if you are people might be good camp, then you're living in a different fucking world.
And that's fine. Ignorance is bliss. I can't be in cunt camp. I can't.
Yeah, average British no says doubtful loose. Our previous landlord has set his rent for us to cover both the mortgages of the house we were renting for him and the mortgage of his own house. Wow.
Oh, God. I live in the UK. My landlord has put my rent up every year without fail. Due to new tenant rights, the landlord wants to sell. Gave me a Section 21. Got until September to go. Put my rent up again in August.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God. I really hope that this works out for you. There's so many landlords that are selling up before renters' rights comes in.
Ask the landlord that question. It's not offensive. I don't know if we can. That's the problem. And if we can...
I feel like it is offensive. I was brought up, do not discuss money with other people. That's like, you discussing this right now, I feel myself shaking so much as though I'm in a cold room. I can't.
This is why we've been in a very bad mood today.
I did gently ask him, why is the rent increasing so much? And it was because of interest rates.
He's put it down to interest rates.
But we don't know. We don't know. And this is why I need to believe that people are good. Because what if it is?
Unfortunately, I'm firmly in the camp right now that he's not being good. And I've spoke to a couple of estate agents now, and every time I've mentioned what's happened in the last 6 months, what I've got on the phone is... every time.
No, I need to believe people are good. There's cake over here where people are good.
There's cake where people are bad.
No, there's just bad moods where people are bad.
I'm building my own spot in the jungle. Fuck rent. Can I come?
I don't want to live in the jungle. Everything's trying to kill you.
Trouble is with that, Luz, that's how people get away with it. Harry said, I was a bit worried at the moment. I was being very unfair. My mortgage has gone up about £600 a month in the past 6 years. And then he said, I meant a year, not a month. So he's gone up £600 a year, not a month.
Oh, so he's way worse than us.
50 quid a month increase. Over the last 6 years.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh no, we're still worse.
Ours has gone up more than that a month in total.
I don't want to be worse.
We're worse, Luce.
No.
I'm telling you, he's being a cunt.
Stop trying to burn down my camp.
He's being a cunt.
Think of the cake.
Conspiracy hat on. He's probably trying to force you out because the government is trying to get migrants out of the hotels and will pay even more than you would for the optics of progress. Conspiracy hat off.
No, I can't.
Discuss money. Money makes people shits. There is no shame in discussing money openly. It's not rude or unprofessional. Not discussing money is why we get bullshit rent hikes like this.
I'm going to challenge it at the start of next week.
Can I please challenge it first? Because I'll do it gently, and then if the old kid gloves come on and he tries to patronise, I can be like, okay, tag you in, Liam.
Luce is so far dealing with all of it because she's worried I'll swear at him. So at the moment, because I want to challenge it hard, but here's the world I live in, right? I want to know if you guys think I'm being unreasonable now, or if you think I'm being reasonable. Here's where my mind's at, right? My mind is different to Luce's. My mind, I think, isn't quite as sentimental about things as yours, perhaps, as well. Maybe you don't agree, but I'll throw this out here, right? So here's my thing, right? At the moment, he's told us, I want to put your rent up again. So it'll go up from what we're now paying, $1,950 to $2,100. And I said to him last year, when he put the rent off, right?
Not enough tinfoil hats right now.
And I said to him last time, when he put the rent up, I said, we can't keep doing this. This needs to stop. It's getting ridiculous. It's significantly higher. At that point, it was £500 higher than I'd agreed in 2019. I can't keep doing this. It needs to stop somewhere. You're very lucky that my family are very attached to this house. Because otherwise, I'd have already told you to poke it up the fucking up your ass. Right? I said that last year. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It should settle down soon. I was like, cool. Maybe that's the warning he needed to go, oh, I'm taking the piss a bit here. And we've checked with the estate agents locally. We're currently paying £100 above the top end of market average in this area. So we're already above market average by £100. Market average for this size property in this area is £1,700 to £1,850. I got it checked today. Right? So
I'm visibly shaking over.
So we're
here. I can't
£100.
believe you're doing this.
We're £100 over the upper end of market average in this area, and he wants to put it up by another £150, right? Now, here's where my mind's at the moment. If I challenge it, or Luce challenges it, on Monday...
Gently.
Whichever way,
Yeah.
if it's challenged, and he comes back to us and says, okay, that's fair enough, we'll leave it where it is. Where's your mind at then? Because...
What I fear is... We're currently out of contract, which is why I chased it up, because I don't like living in the void. I need to know where everything is at what time it's at. So I chased him about our renewal contract. So I'm worried that as we're out of contract, if we challenge it and he'll say, okay, here's your section 21, then he's pulled the pin and it's my fault.
He's still got to give us 2 months. We can find another place in 2 months.
I don't think we can. Half the country is getting the Section 21s and landlords selling up, and we're all fighting for the same dinner plate. I don't think we can.
Well, my mind goes to, if that's the case, you could have done that from the start. You fucking robbing cunt. I'm going anyway.
I'm gonna need all sorts of cups of tea tonight, babe. I can't. It's like I'm in a cold room.
A full hard wongle. That'll warm you up.
No, I don't want that. I just want a cup of tea with like 6 sugars in.
And a wongle. I get it. I hear you. I start looking at viewings, check what the other places for the state and how much they're going for. Doing market research to back up your argument. Already all over that, mate. Thank you, though, mate. I'm already all over it. If I can find a place inside the M25, right. To be clear, there's tons of places in the area. Tons. If I'm being fussy, that number reduces because I want a garage for the motorbikes. I don't like my bikes outside of a garage at the moment. However, we have a lot of places available to us. Most of them cheaper. Can you get out of the studio, Lisa, and move to the States? Don't tempt me, Frodo.
Don't tempt me, Frodo.
Don't tempt me, Frodo. Honestly. So it's put us in a bit of a foul mood today, as you can probably imagine. Exclamation mark gift.
We found stop it, that's shameful. We found a lovely house in Romsey, and the estate agent tried to start a silent bidding war with us. I'm not having it.
We did find a lovely place in Romsey, and we put in an initial kind of like offer stroke like inquiry thing. And the estate agent phoned us back and was like, there's 2 offers in right now, and the other people have gone higher. We put in exactly what was being asked for.
Because that's the price.
Because that was the price, right? The price is the price. And she's gone, the other people put in higher. Would you like to increase your bid? I was like, no, the price is the price.
This silent bidding has made so many families homeless.
But
it's shameful.
But another thing that getting stopped in this new bill.
Yeah, good.
Because in the new bill, you cannot accept a price higher than that advertised for.
Good. When I spoke to Dad today, because he works in estate agents, so I called him just to sort of soundboard off him. He said that the estate agents he works for does not condone the silent bidding. He thinks it's an unethical practice. Glambring
Gaming says, your landlord doesn't watch this, does he? At this point, I don't fucking care. I don't care. I'll have the same conversation with him. I don't give a fuck. I've been sat here all day trying to work out how I word it nicely. I've come to the conclusion that you can't. You could come Cumbria, you could buy a whole town, 4 cows and a pig for that. Yeah, but I'd then be spending twice as much on the commuting for fuel each day, wouldn't I? Down to the studio. Turn up, Joe. I'm off.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work, mate. Honestly. It's not for buying. That's not for buying and selling, Rick. That's to do with renting only. So what I'm talking about when I say you can't go above the asking price, we're not talking about the buying and selling of homes. You can still bid on those, and you can still outbid each other. We're talking about specifically renting. So if you put a property up, say for £1,000 a month, and Luce and I go there and say we're happy to pay £1,000 a month, and another family comes in and goes, well, we'll pay £1,100 a month. They can't do it. They can't allow that bid. They can only offer the same 1,000, and then the landlord looks at the profiles of each of the families and picks the one that he wants. In terms of selling houses, if I put a house on the market for 250,000 and someone bids 250,000, someone else comes in and goes, I'll pay 255,000, as long as they can get the mortgage for that, because you may struggle to get the mortgage for that if the bank decides it's not worth 255, as long as they can get the mortgage for that, you can still do that for buying and selling. Didn't think of that, man. The cows could pull the cart to the nearest road. Thanks, mate. Section 21 doesn't mean shit. It's only him asking if you'll leave. Only a court can force you to leave. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about Section 21 at all.
I need to believe people. I wonder if there's some crazy reason. I need to believe people are good because there's cake over here. And I like cake.
A lot of people are good, darling. A lot of people are good. Look at the 200 people watching. They're all good people. Mostly. Some of them. Look at all the people that have gifted memberships. Good people. All the people that have super chatted. Good people. Liked. Almost good people, but that was free. All good people. The Thanes. I've got a theory on Thanes, by the way, chat. Talk about that in a minute.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Thanes. Good people. I realised something about Thanes today. The Thanes. Good people. There are good people everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
I do not for one minute believe that every people is bad people. I don't believe that for a minute. I think majority of people are good people, and I choose to believe that because I don't like the idea of the world being mostly full of arseholes. Right? However, fucking hell, Des. Did you see that comment from Das and Des?
Got 21 seconds to go.
However, some people are bad people. Here's my theory. Hear my theory on things. The bill is going to committee stage. You've still got at least 6 months till it becomes legal. The Google says late this year, very late this year. So, here's my theory on things. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I think we have accidentally, secretly, basically built ourselves another stonemasons.
If I see one strange handshake on Thanes weekends, I'm calling it.
You have to pay to be part of it.
Yeah.
The stonemasons. Once you're in, you just happen to know someone involved in everything.
Yeah, and also the Not a Cult is now, I think it's an unconscious thing.
So you go in Thanes and you go, I have this issue with this thing, and someone goes, oh yeah, I work in that area.
I swear to God, if I see a strange handshake happening,
Thanes, we need to come up with a strange handshake.
I'm calling it.
And a membership card. I want to make Thanes membership cards now. Thanes would be good landlords. Exactly, Smeg. Exactly. 21 sections got me, by the way.
Not a Mason.
Yeah, Andrew's not lying either. I tried leaving once, was quite literally dragged back in and told not a chance.
Really?
Now he's an acer.
How was he dragged back in?
Well, I can't share that. I'm not sharing that.
Would this involve a strange handshake?
Remember that some landlords think the name gives them a bad rep and they should be called home providors. Not joking.
Oh my god.
Home providers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't shake hands, we do something else, although Jill struggles. Poor old War Gunner is still trying to get membership in chat, by the way. Still trying to get membership in chat. You need a different ritual for each membership tier, yeah. I think there is a handshake, but it's secret. Fact, Thanes can't testify against each other in court, 100%. Oh my god, Ockigdor. Fancies a bit of that Thanes-ness.
Ready?
Sound the beacons!
Ooga! Ooga!
Sound the horns! We had the actual Thanes horn. I forgot that was coming, Luce. Oh my god. Like the beacons, Thane alert.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, all joking aside with the stonemasons nonsense, it is such an incredible group of people where someone can go, I've got this problem, I've got this issue. I've thought about this thing, I don't know about this thing, and someone somewhere will help. Stick Monkey, on Wednesday, I lied a little bit. I misaged him.
Oh?
On Wednesday, he wasn't 39, he was 40. It was his 40th birthday.
Happy birthday, Sean.
And he was WhatsApping me about internet issues.
Yeah. It's your birthday, Sean.
Yeah, what a legend. What a legend. Absolute fucking hero of a human being. He's down for the Thanes weekend. I will embrace him.
We shall embrace him together.
Average British Nerd, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. You're a legend. Thanes group tattoo, I'm in. The beacons are lit. The beacons of Minas Tirith. You haven't watched the second film yet?
No. Although we've
this year?
started the Fantastic Beasts.
We have started. I don't want to talk about that.
Why?
Because almost everybody I've spoken to said the first one's great, the second one's not quite as good, the third one's trash. I'm like, no!
Oh, no!
Don't ruin it for me!
But the Harry Potters left it on such a promising...
I liked the first one, and I'm going to watch the second one and the third one. I don't want you all to tell me that it's terrible. I'd love to become a Thane, but I can't afford it. You need to just sacrifice a day's food or something.
Chris says, would love to, but clergy stipends don't give us much. What's a stipend?
Do they burn an image of a Primarch in the joining rituals to show the Thanes first and foremost and relinquish old bonds to Games Workshop? Yes. Yes. It's scientifically proven being in Thanes increases sexual attractiveness by 150%. It's true. It's true.
Is it?
Yep.
I will believe that when the local news declares a baby boom specifically around a WhatsApp group.
Talking about Harry Potter's, by the way, Mrs. You won't read that book.
Mm.
I'm over halfway through it now.
Is much different.
Loads is different.
Really?
Fucking loads.
Okay.
There's a lot that's similar.
So what's different so far?
There's so much additional detail. So much additional detail. So the whole first chapter of the book ends on them leaving Harry on the front porchway of they left him on the porchway of Privet Drive, and a letter. That's just the whole first chapter, and they discuss about Mr. whatever his name is, Mr. Dursley going, like, there's a bit where they talk about the fact that they didn't like her sister, who is Potter.
Lily.
Yeah, they didn't like her because she was a strange kind, and they didn't like to be associated. And the first part of the book, they haven't even got Harry yet. First part of the book, haven't got him. Oh, what's his name? Dursley, the young lad. I'm terrible at remembering names. The young lad. Dudley, thank you. He's the same age as Potter they talk about, but they haven't got him yet. And then off he goes to work one day, and it's weird because there's people cutting around town in robes, which he hasn't seen for a while. And he goes into his office, and it's very straight. And he goes to get his cake, and they're all talking about how he who should not be named is gone. And he's like, and it's all basically they're referring to the bit in which Voldemort tries to kill him and can't. Loads of that happens right the first part, right the first chapter, the whole first chapter.
I wonder why they missed that all out.
Because if you took the whole book and made the whole book into a film, it's going to be 8 hours long minimum. So they have to skip things to give, and there's bits where there's bits where it happens differently because. So there's bits where they add stuff in the films that they leave out that doesn't exist in the books because they have to add the context because in the book it would have already happened and you'd have the context.
Yeah.
Like for example, in the film, he opens the wand on the at the table, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't do that in the book. He takes it away. Wand comes in the packaging, and the letter says, "Do not open this at the table."
Oh.
We have to take it away. It's quite interesting. It is quite interesting.
Does the cake fall on Petunia's head like that?
Thanes is the best community. Join us. Do it now.
Do it now.
Do it now. Thank you, Alex, for the tea. Lots more about the ghosts gets missed out. Yeah, there's lots more about ghosts in there.
Oh.
And how they're attached to like households and stuff. It's very interesting.
Is Harry's house haunted?
No, this is the ghost in Hogwarts.
Oh, okay. Like
There's a lot. There's a lot in the book as well. A lot in the book about him being worried about going to Hogwarts. It's even to the point where when the Dursleys drive up to London and just drop him off at King's Cross, laughing at him because there's no such thing as platform 9 3/4. And he goes and asks a guard in King's Cross who thinks he's on the wind up.
Yeah, that's in the film.
But it's like there's more. There's just more. It's honestly, read it. It's so good. It's so good. That's book 2. Yeah, the cake isn't in book 1, but they talk about other stuff as well. So like in book 1 in the film, all they really show you is where he makes the glass disappear and the snake comes out and he talks to the snake. They don't tell you about the bit where he's running away from the other boys in the school and he ends up on the roof. They don't talk about the bit where she cuts his hair, Aunt Petunia cuts his hair terribly, and it's awful and he hates it, and he wakes up the next morning it's all grown back to normal. And she gets really angry because he's grown his hair back somehow. It doesn't tell you about that part.
Okay.
There's lots of bits like that go on.
Okay.
So yeah, I love it. HBO doing a Harry Potter TV series adaptation. Please don't fuck it up. Yeah, it's really, honestly, it's really good. How do I join WhatsApp? There's a link in the Discord. Now you're a Thane, your Discord should update, and it'll give you a link in that Discord. If not, DM me and I'll sort you out. Biggest crime the movies committed was cutting out Rick Mayall's part as Peeve the poltergeist. Yeah, Peeve's already in it quite a lot.
Who's Peeves?
He's a poltergeist.
At Hogwarts?
Yeah,
or...
and he's a wind-up poltergeist as well.
Oh, no, I don't like him.
So there's a bit where they go out at night time. So you know when they find the dog, the three-headed dog, Fluffy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do I don't remember. How do they find him in the film?
Because they are looking. He's behind a door and he's sleeping on a trap door.
Yeah, but why do they find him? Why do they bump into him in the film?
They don't bump into him. They're looking.
Right. They bump into him in the book. They're not looking for him. So what happens is...
Oh, wait, no, hang on. Do they accidentally find him?
Malfoy,
they go back.
Malfoy challenges him to a duel at midnight. And when he turns up for this duel, the old caretaker turns up looking for him.
Yeah.
And they run away from the caretaker. And then they get to a point where they're okay, and then old fucking poltergeist man starts yelling at their hair to wind them up because they're being naughty because they shouldn't be out of bed past whatever time.
So I think, if I remember the film, they are running away from the caretaker, and I think they go into a doorway to get away from the caretaker, and that's how they bump into Fluffy.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Some of it's true. Like how they beat the troll is mostly true. Does he shove his wand up his nose in the film? Yeah, that's mostly true. That's mostly right. So there is a lot of it that's right, obviously, because it has to be accurate, but the book just contains so much more detail.
What about Moaning Myrtle? Is she...
Not come across that yet.
Oh. So the whole troll thing's happened,
I have...
but...
The troll thing's happened. I think that was the last thing I've read. Or no, did I?
I think
no.
I'm accidentally like bleeding books.
You might be,
films
yeah.
Together.
You might be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Harry Potter is the biggest pile of shit ever. It's awful. That's fine. Each their own. I like it quite a lot. The video game is a great time to the book. The video game's great, yeah. I don't think it's Marmite, but I was really not bothered by it for a very long time, and then we visited Harry Potter World, and that changed my outlook. The biggest crime the film makes is Dumbledore's funeral being cut out. Yeah, but Mel's book too. You might have been mixing them.
Yeah. I'm a bit baffled by Ginny's character in the films. She seems a bit
Oh,
wooden.
so in the film they run from the Forbidden Library. So that's not what happens in the book.
Oh, that's it. They're in the restricted section.
Yeah.
And I think it's the invisibility cloak.
Everyone in chat, one super chat. Happy birthday, Frederick. Try and spell it like his actual name. 46 years young today.
Nice.
Look at that. £2 super chat, go. Listen to the books on Audible. Stephen Fry. I don't mind Harry Potter, but I can go without ever having seen it. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, Weedman, I didn't watch them until last year. And I watched them because the kids watched them. We went to Harry Potter World, and I was like, I'm going to give them a go. I'm going to watch them because it's the kind of high fantasy stuff I like. And I had watched the first film about 8 times. No, that's a lie. Like 3 times. And I fucking couldn't get past how shit I thought it was as a film. I'll be honest with you, and this is 99.9% of the time for me the other way round. Maybe even higher. I almost always prefer the film to the book.
Yeah.
This is the first occasion where I prefer the book to the film. Because the film is so shit. The first one is such bad acting.
But they're kids, though.
I know they are. And I give them a bit of a pass because they're kids. But I watched the first film maybe 3 times and never watched the rest of them because I was like, this is shit. I don't like it. Now I'm reading the book, I'm into it more.
I'm trying to think of a book I've read where it was better as a book.
Me too. I watched the first one and years went by. 100%, mate. I did the same. The third one, honestly, the third one is when the budget starts to kick in and they start getting better.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the end of the films, I would then suggest that, in my opinion at least, they become really enjoyable. Like film 6, 7, it's quite dark and evil, and the film kind of grows up with the actors, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. It got quite evil and quite brutal, and they were much more enjoyable. I think if I'd have maybe watched film 5 or 6 first, I'd have had no idea what was going on, but I'd been like, this is cool. I'd be more inclined to go back and start book 1.
So Andrew's made a point that I always wondered. Plus in the books, there's so much backstory to Voldemort that actually explains his character. I was... Now you mention it, why was Tom Riddle so... not evil, but
Yeah.
how did he get to being the Tom Riddle that asked about the Horcruxes, and like who is Tom Riddle?
Spoiler: the books themselves are better from 3 on 2. Hogwarts needs more miscasts with their spells. Hogwarts needs more Joe making spells. That's what they need. Thank you so much, Sanders93, by the way, for the 5 gifted memberships. You're an absolute legend. It does, however, mean I can go into Nightbutt and set up a cheeky little giveaway. We did it, Luce. Oh, hang on. No, I need to change the channel that it's logged into. There's a problem with owning 4 channels. Giveaway. Keyword. Next. Channel members only. Next. Dice. Done. At 10 to 10, I'll draw the giveaway.
Do the books explain why Harry keeps going back to the Dursleys?
I haven't got there yet.
Because if everybody knows that Harry's not being treated very well at his aunt and uncle's house, wouldn't Hogwarts have found like he could live with the Weasleys?
I don't know.
Oh, I bloody love that house. I want to live in that.
But you
house.
won't buy me the Lego one.
No,
well,
it's
good
not.
job now. We probably need it for moving fucking fees. I think if you'd have actually bought me the fucking box on Wednesday and then we'd have found out today what we'd found out, I'd have taken it back for a refund for moving fees.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
All I wanted was Lego sell the Weasley's house. They sell the Weasley's house. I don't know why I'm doing the shapes. They sell the Weasley's house, Gringotts, and Diagon Alley. I was like, I want all 3 sets. I want them in my cupboards over here.
Harry Potter films are a family memory for me, as my bro was really into them, so all 4 of us would go. Bro would always shout out an important line, Tism would kick in, and Dad would fall asleep in the cinema. Every time.
Amazing. That's incredible, Silence Falls. I watched... Did I watch Lord? I haven't. I'm yet to. I'm really sad. And when they do another screening, I might try and make it work. I'm yet to watch Lord of the Rings in the cinema.
Oh.
I'm yet to watch it in the cinema. But yeah, so I was like, all I want is those 3 Lego sets. That's all I want. I added them together on the Lego store. Guess what the total is?
1,000.
Basically.
No.
Basically.
I tried to look at moving fees today, but because we don't have an address to move to, I couldn't even really get a quote. So that went well. It's very difficult to formulate a plan.
What is your first memory of the cinema? Do you have one?
Yeah.
What is it?
It was a birthday, and I went to a matinee on a Saturday morning, and it was The Swan Princess. It was my birthday treat, and my neighbour who used to babysit me, I invited her, and she came.
By the way, you've probably seen, put dice in the comment section as a single word if you want to be entered into the giveaway. It is members only. It's a green names only team. My first memory of the cinema. And also, if you want something to put on a postcard right now, your first, because Silence Falls has started this, right? You can blame Silence Falls. You need to put your best cinema memory on the on a postcard. My first cinema memory was, I think we went. It doesn't exist anymore. The building. I'm pretty sure. Was it? I'm pretty sure it was a cinema attached to our old rugby club in the Waterside area.
Oh yeah.
And it was Jurassic Park. And I'm sure it was either that or it was Leisure World. Either way, either one of those cinemas that existed anymore been knocked down, gone, right? Which is a bit sad. But my first cinema experience, I could no longer repeat it because it's gone.
Yeah.
And it was Jurassic Park, and I specifically remember there's a bit where I think it's a Velociraptor. Its head comes out.
Have you seen the Lego Hobbiton set? It's mint.
I can't. We might have to move. I can't afford fuck all at the moment. Money was tight anyway. It's worse now. But thank you, Leaks. It does look nice. So there's a bit where a dinosaur fucking jumped up the side on someone. I can't remember what dinosaur it is. I think it jumped up on the fat man with the glasses. And I fucking shit myself.
The bit of Jurassic Park that I shit myself and jumped behind my dad was the big guy is out in the rain and the code isn't working on something. Or that one. Yeah. Oh no.
Everyone knows that dinosaur.
No, I can't do it.
That isn't a fancy sex move. That's the dinosaur. It spits.
But if I was to watch Jurassic Park now, I'd still be waiting for that same scene going any minute now, any minute now.
Yeah. Fucking love that fucking film.
I think Jurassic Park has the one scene in that no matter how old you are, when other films do it satirically, you know when the girl is in the kitchen and she's trying to get the cupboard door to move, but it's stainless steel and it's highly polished.
Yeah.
And the dinosaur comes running at her and then...
The Velociraptor slides, yeah.
Yeah. Any film, like Family Guy did it, the cupboard door's stuck and somebody bumped into the opposite cabinet, everybody goes, oh, Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
First HP film, I was 7, it was literally magical to me.
Aww.
I had dreams for months and became obsessed. It was real to me.
That's cool as shit, though. I like that kind of memory. Thank you, Andy, for sharing that. What a legend. Jurassic Park is also, I don't care what Joe says, Jurassic Park is also one of those where they should have stopped after the first one. Everything else, Jurassic Park, everything else was worse.
Yeah.
Sitting on the stairs of the cinema with my old man for LOTR fellowship cause they oversold the tickets for opening night.
Thank you for sharing that, Sanders.
Oh, I wonder if your dad felt awful.
Do the dinosaur impression and ask Luce for 30 seconds of a time. I won't get it.
And the same one as well, when they're in the tent having something to eat and the shadow of the dinosaur.
Jurassic Park is great. We need a retro Jurassic Park night. Just to watch number 1.
One of my first cinema memories was E.T. I was like the only kid not bawling. I knew he'd come BSCK.
Thank you, Morty, for the $5. My brother and I do remember one cinema trip we made, which I think was also Leisure World, which I wasn't really bothered by because Ash got to pick the film. I think it might have been his birthday or something, and we had to go. We had to go and watch the Rugrats movie.
Amazing. Do you know how many grown-up themes were in Rugrats?
I'd imagine quite a lot if I look now.
There's a lot. There was one episode where Angelica's parents were, I think they were discussing a miscarriage.
Mine was with family to see Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Mum had to take brother and sister home cause they just screamed most of the first part.
Aw. I do love a good cinema day, but that's getting fucking turbo expensive as well now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember watching Terminator 2 in the cinema as a kid. I remember watching a lot of stuff in the cinema, but I don't remember what most of it was.
In the days of standing in lines for movies, I was in line for The Empire Strikes Back. The door to the theater opens while I'm waiting and I see Vader's Superstar Destroyer on the screen. It lives clear in my memory.
That's cool as shit.
Oh, I love that.
Amazing. This is some fucking quality memories.
My first cinema memory was my 4th birthday trip to watch the 1978 Watership Down.
Oh, no.
Came out crying and traumatized
Oh,
for
no.
life. To clarify, we were in the theater just on the stairs to watch the movie.
Oh,
So they
right,
still let you
okay.
in? That's
so
amazing.
I thought you like I had this vision, and I think this is where Luce's mind went as well, where there were stairs leading up to the building, and you were sat on those.
Like-
Tarzan with my auntie on opening night 1999. She bought me a movie poster and the soundtrack while we were there. I still have them to this day.
These are quality cinema. This is why I use streaming services. I buy films on like Apple TV and stuff like that. But I never want the cinema to die. Cinema is such a memory maker, I think. Do you not think? I fucking love cinema, and I think if cinema ever went away, it would be genuinely really fucking sad. Like, genuinely sad.
First cinema memory was my mum taking me one Saturday to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Spent the rest of weekend in the garden trying to befriend ants.
That's amazing, Leaks! That's fucking incredible!
Seeing Avatar for the first time in 3D was cool. The trailer for Alice had the Cheshire Cat pop out too. Or Jackass when they shoot a blob at you that morphs into a penis flying towards you, forcing you to dive for cover.
Plenty of practice in that, isn't you? Diving for cover from a penis?
Yeah.
No, not having that one, chat. But I mean this anyway. I genuinely mean this, right? I think cinema creates such incredible memories because I don't know if this is just me, but I think when you sit there in your house, we've got a lovely TV, very comfortable sofa, a decent sound system. If we pump our sound system up, turn the lights off, we watch an epic film in that living room, won't we? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Right? But there's something about the cinema, which I can't quite put my finger on. There's something about the cinema, and when you go and experience an incredible film at the cinema for the first time, I don't think you'll ever replicate that in the living room. I just don't think you will. I think there's something about it which is just amazing, and I think if we ever lose it, it'll be really fucking sad and really, really really tragic.
I think for me, when I can get cheap tickets or a home ed trip to the theatre will always be magical. The whole thing. At the interim, we go down and have a look at the orchestra below so we can see all the instruments. The little ice cream stalls.
Yeah.
It's a little bit expensive, but for me, I'd rather spend money on that than on a bag of Maltesers that I can get at Poundland.
Yeah.
It just feels a bit more of a treat.
Yeah, I get it.
And then the architecture of the theatre, all of it.
First memory 89 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Cinemas nowadays should just play older movies. I would go to watch them over most new movies.
Yeah, 100%. Demogorgon says, Thane's hiring a cinema for a movie night. Who's up for it? Luce will tell you, I've already done this research.
Oh, yeah.
I've already done this research.
Yeah.
So I was looking into our local showcase You can rent a screen in Showcase, and they are fucking fancy chairs. They like recline and shit. They're amazing. You can rent a screen in Showcase, and I can't remember what it was. Was it 300 quid a screening?
I think so, yeah.
And you can pick Lord of the Rings. So I was like, so for £900, basically, we can watch all 3 Lord of the Rings in a new Showcase cinema. And it looked like the answer was yes.
My number 1 favorite cinema memory is seeing Avengers Endgame with the mother. Our thing was seeing them all, and her gen wailing when Tony died.
Amazing. Incredible. Thanks, Andy, for the £5, what a hero. You're all amazing for Super Chatting as well. So £900, and I think the average cinema seats 200 people.
I reckon because that's the price for one film, I think it would be the smaller.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I need to phone them up and check, but I'm pretty sure it was 200 people, £900. So £18 each covers the costs. So for us to put it on and run it all, we could charge like 30 quid for the whole thing. That's £10 per film, and you'll get to watch Lord of the Rings in the cinema if we filled all 200 seats.
Mm.
I'm just throwing it out there. Extended edition. Is there any other editions, wee man? Come on. There's 100 people with leg rests each. Well, you know, we would just see how many people are interested and divide the cost.
Adult memory of the cinema is taking our autistic/ADHD daughter to watch a film that was 2 hours long. We watch at home now over several days, rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Luce does autism screenings, which are quite good.
Not a movie memory, but the first film I remember watching was Jaws when I was 6. My granddad was babysitting me and he left me alone, told me he had recorded a nature program about the ocean.
That's fucking evil and I love it. That is amazing, Robin.
Oh,
Skippy,
so
I don't know if
cool.
this is... Oh, you're UK because it's £5. I don't know if it's something that's available to you, but where we are, there is autism screenings, which do a lot of things that are quite nice. The lights don't go out fully. The sound isn't maximum. They don't do any adverts.
The only problem with them is that it's on a Sunday morning. So if you have one of these kids that doesn't get up early, it would just be way too much of a rush, which would ping the anxiety, all the meltdown, key ingredients, and the cinema would be a no-go anyway. I wish they had evening shows for autism and ADHD kids who are the night owls of the group.
Cool.
That'd be nice.
We forgot. You missed news today. I forgot that.
Did. I didn't have a very good news story, if I'm honest. It's a slow news day. Not for us.
No, I was about to say.
For the wider world, it's a slow news day.
Yeah. First time I ever got drunk, we decided to go see Toy Story. Didn't remember the beginning until my oldest wanted to watch it. I think if I went to cinema drunk, I'd just be asleep.
Yeah.
I'd just go to sleep.
Ben takes his ear defenders to the cinema.
Is he? Bless him.
Yeah, that's when I go, are you sure you want to go? Because you wear your ear defenders. Yes, please. Okay.
In my town, kids could watch select movies for free. Me and my mate went to see Valhalla the '86 cartoon. We laughed so much it hurt. We're still mates.
That's fucking incredible. Fully operational, by the way. I did work it out afterwards. You are in fact correct, yes. Yes, you are in fact correct. It would be £4.50, not £30.
How do I say this chap's name?
But I've got to factor in my moving costs, right, mate? Frederick.
Frederick, okay.
Yeah. This is chap. This is you
chap,
from the fucking 80s. How do I say this chap's name?
Well, the writing's really cool and I couldn't...
What's your name, old boy?
Tell you who.
Yeah, fully operational is correct, actually. It wouldn't be 30 quid each to go and watch all 3 Lord of the Rings films. It'd be cheaper than that. We could charge a tenner and make fucking flat bank.
You could get in touch with the cinema and say, if we round it off to a nice round number, could you throw like a hot dog in? Or like, could we do that?
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
It is something I've thought about looking into. Almost walked out of the cinema for Up opening. Greatest opening of a movie. Why did you almost walk out of the cinema then? I don't understand.
It's so sad. It is so sad.
Why?
Beautifully done, but it's so sad.
Why is it sad?
Have you seen Up?
Yeah, he finally gets some peace.
He doesn't, because the kid's in his house with him.
That's after the opening.
The opening is it looks like they're trying to start a family, but they can't. And so they end up adventuring anyway, but they actually don't end up adventuring in the sense that you'd think, because they just live life.
Right.
And actually their adventure was living life, not necessarily climbing a mountain or sailing the 7 seas.
Oh, I forgot to do the giveaway. I'm going to draw it now.
Their adventure book was full of these beautiful like Polaroids of their everyday lives lived, but that was their adventure. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so beautiful, babe.
And then
We
he
should
gets-
watch it after.
And then she fucking dies and he gets some peace. Silence Falls, you've won some dice. £4.50 plus £25.50 service charges. Liam giving Ticketmaster a run for the money. Yeah, but it's not dynamic at least. Silence Falls, one of the Thanes has just won the giveaway for the dice. These specific ones are yours. If you message Luce on Discord, then she will ship them to you.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Ah, that's too loud. I don't like it. I don't like the loud.
Are we doing a loose fact at least for tonight? We didn't do the news, but we can at least do the loose fact, can't we?
We can do the loose fact, yeah. Yeah.
I never realised Up had a sex scene in the opening.
It doesn't. Rude.
Rude. Is Mr. The Silence Fall still in chat? Shaving the inside of your butt cheeks is living hell for the first 1 to 2 weeks. The more you know.
Why?
Loose Harry keeps going back because of his mum's sacrifice. Her protection is from her blood, which is made stronger because of her sister being close.
Oh, okay.
Membership count is at 153, Mr. Ockigdor. What's Luce's name on Discord? Right, hang on. It's going to shock you. Her name on Discord is Luce. You can more commonly find her in the section of Discord that's called Luce's Strip.
Yeah. You're such a sarcastic prick sometimes.
We're on 153, Mr. The whoever asked Ockigdor. We're 7 from 160. We're 47 from 200. We're 147 from 300. We're 347 away from 500.
So, if you were tempted to shave your ass cheeks
I'm not.
for the first 2 weeks, it itches. That's why it's hell on earth.
That's with everything you shave.
So don't shave. Wax it instead. What about waxing it, Robert?
Why would you
can
wax your
it.
arse cheeks?
It's called a back sack and crack, isn't it? If you're gonna wax your back, wouldn't you just wax the whole butt cheek
The
as
thing
well,
is,
then?
though, who goes to someone for that as well?
Lots of people do. That's why it has a name.
Have we been raided? Have I missed a raid? Oh, you want to raid Cooney? Is that what you're saying, Ieston?
Well,
can do that.
bugger me.
Hit 200 memberships and we'll raid Cooney. Go.
I commented that on a Facebook advert ages ago, and it was the funniest thing I'd said all year. I think I got quite a few likes on my comment, and then I felt validated and funny for the first time. It was a razor advert. I think it was a Venus one. And the woman on the advert, she's shaving her butt. And I put on there, wait, we have to shave our butt cheeks now.
Well, you don't.
Lots of people liked it. I felt funny. Legitimately funny.
Right. It's time for Loose Fact. Luce has got herself a fact ready, which might be a fact, probably isn't. You'll be able to decide in just a moment. I'm going to assume at this point that everybody who's in chat knows how this works. At Yeston's request, because he's amazing, we're going to go and raid Mr. the Cooney. And what Yeston likes to do is watch me, and then we raid someone else, and he drops all his members there instead.
Nice.
Just so I cry a bit every day.
Nice. Yeah.
Every day. And then I come home and I cry, and it's like, why are you crying? I was like, because I watched a different stream, and my people turned up and gifted in their stream and not my stream.
But
And
how
she-
do you know that...
She strokes my back and she's like, there, it's okay.
How do you know that actually the people in our stream are already the other person's people?
No, there are people. That's how that works. So we've got loose fact first. Once loose fact is done, I will basically live redirect you straight away.
9 years old, watching the X-Files movie with the fam. Maybe that's what's wrong with me, huh? And watching the black alien slime moving under Scully's skin and across her eyeballs. Best.
I love it. I love it. So what I'd like all of you to do, all 160 of you to do, is I'd like all 160 of you to go into Cooney's stream and just put one comment. And that comment is, this is how we do a raid, right? That comment is, I hear you played Warzone on a superior channel.
How rude.
That's it, right? Even if you hate Warzone, if you can just let yourself be dropped into his stream and just say, hit the like button for him and say, I hear you played Warzone on a superior stream. That's all I'm asking you to do, right? That's all I'm asking you to do. We slagging WarCom off because I literally don't know anything about the little rant earlier. Mr. Tumnus, yes, 100%.
Mr. Tumnus, what are you doing out of Narnia? Honestly.
Before we do that, however, we have got loose fact.
The human heart beats around 115,000 times a day. I had to count my zeros quickly then. Yeah.
We could just do the math, I guess.
Well, we're not good at mathing today.
It's beats per minute, huh? It's 80 beats a minute.
Is it? Well, I mean, what age group are we basing this on?
What did you say?
115,000.
That's an average of 80 beats a minute.
It's a fact book. Faux show.
That one looks true-ish. There we go. I did 80 beats a minute and got to 115,200. So I would suggest that one is probably true. Because it says around. The thing is, how can it be a fact as well when it's around? Doesn't really make it that factual, does it?
But play is fun. That's why you do it. But it's barely worth it for the hell afterwards. And ripping all hair off instantly wouldn't want me to ever get anything near my bumhole ever again.
We're learning about Robert tonight. Robert is sharing.
This is a safe space, no judgment.
Robert has clearly also been drinking and is now sharing. Thank you, Robert, for sharing.
Near my bumhole.
Right, I think you've decided it's mostly true. There's a couple of people who said it was bollocks, but it sounds about right. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Thank you, actually, for all of your incredible support all this week. We didn't do games yesterday because Joe had to stay home for his partner just in case she needed him because she was very unwell. We did an absolute Warzone marathon on VAG, ! VAG, if you're ever interested in the future. I'll be live on Sunday. We did an absolute marathon on VAG, and it was your generosity was mental good. Thank you so much. But your support all week has been amazing. The support with Zach and Meg here on Tuesday was also incredible. I love you all. You're incredible.
On average, the human heart beats about 115,000 times a day, pumping roughly 2,000 gallons of blood through your body daily. It's a hard-working muscle that never really takes a break.
That last sentence is how I've been described frequently.
We learned a really cool fact.
You fucking ignored that!
A couple of weeks ago about our kidneys. Oh, didn't we discuss it on a stream? That your blood gets filtered every 4 to 5 minutes?
Probably.
That's mad, isn't it?
Right. Thank you, Essen, for the 10 as well. You're an absolute hero, and I love you very dearly. Despite what I just said. You're amazing. Right. Your support this week has been incredible. I appreciate you as always. We're going to say goodnight now. Like I said, at some point, the credits will come up and it will just shut down immediately and it will dump you into Cooney's chat. When we do that, remember, I heard you played Warzone on a superior stream. Mm-hmm. Right? I'll hang out for like 10 minutes there, but I want to go to bed because I'm tired and I want to read another chapter of Harry Potter because that's exciting to me. So I think that's everything. Anything you want to say before we say goodnight to the people?
No.
Anything you want to say before we say goodnight to the people, Poppet?
Not a cult. Best chat.
Best chat.
That was a bit of a tongue twister then.
Not the people, Poppet.
The people, Poppet.
I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.